Alright class, in this short video, we're going to be talking about the latest travels that Francis is going through in Germany. Travel news. How far did I travel this week? The distance between Trier and Landstein is 90 miles, and I also ended up walking around 40 miles total last week. How far have I traveled on this journey so far? I've mostly stayed in my own little area in Germany, which is still 3,932 miles away from State College, Pennsylvania. How did I get around this week? This week, I walked around a lot, even hiking up the mountain to get to see the castle. But I also took a train to get to Landstein and even walked around on a boat too. What was the most interesting place I visited this week? Watching the little towns passing by me while I was on the train was really interesting. Since it's fall now, it was really cool to see how the towns along the train tracks looks different when the seasons change. Other travel news from this week. I learned that there are a lot of boat tours nearby. People will sometimes travel from town to town by boat along the Rhine River. Time zone, Central Europe, summertime, +2, local time, October 22nd, 2019, 11:15 a.m. Our news. What main languages are spoken here? Because Landstein is a really small town, there are fewer tourists, therefore you hear mostly German while walking down the street. But people also speak English really well, and some speak French or Turkish or Arabic too. What type of money is used here? They use the euro in Landstein. Once, I accidentally gave someone an American quarter that was still in my wallet, and they were really confused about why I'd given them such a strange coin. How much does a bottle of water cost? A bottle of water usually costs around 1 to 2 euros. What was the best meal this week? I had a delicious currywurst in Landstein. As I said in my video chats with you all, currywurst is a great food you can get all over Germany, and it is really easy to eat on the go. Usually restaurants will give you a tiny wooden stick so that you can eat your chopped up curry sausage while walking around the town. It's perfect for eating while sightseeing. You can also see the picture of currywurst. If you remember, it's basically sausage with curry powder and ketchup. What music did I listen to this week? I've been listening to a lot of Beatles music this week. I like the Beatles since I was a little kid, so I listened to them to remind me of home. What activity was the most fun this week? I took a tour of a castle. It's called the Laennec Castle, and it was really cool. The castle is on the top of a small mountain and was first used as a way to guard the town from invaders. Inside the castle walls was a giant pile of old boulders that have been catapulted inside. Even though the boulders are huge, the Germans living in Laennec called them tennis balls because the walls of the castle were so thick that they would bounce right off. I also got to try on a real suit of armor and climb to the top of the castle to see the whole town. What did I read this week? I'm still trying to read Buddenbrooks, but I've also been reading a lot of cookbooks. I really enjoy cooking because it can be relaxing to make my own food after a long week. I also read a few articles about Landstein as well as a brochure that my tour guide gave me. What games or sports did I play this week? I played a lot of games with my students in our classes this week. Since some of my students are learning about Australia, we learn about some traditional Australian games and sports. Other news this week. I'm still teaching my classes. And this week we learned about Halloween. I played for them spooky Halloween songs like The Monster Mash and This Is Halloween. And I'm really excited to show them pictures of jack-o'-lanterns and Halloween costumes next week. Excuse me. In the top right-hand corner, you can see a small picture of her where it says, "I got to try on real knight's armor, which was way heavier than I thought it would be." At the bottom of the Google slide questions that I've also sent you, you guys can see these pictures much closer up. Second picture, this one here. The kids who used to live in the castle had a really fancy dollhouse, and it was as tall as me. So you can see dollhouse is pretty intricate, very detailed, and also very big. And then the bottom right hand picture. Here I am next to the boulders that they call tennis balls. As you can see, they're really not tennis balls. And then here's Francis next to those tennis balls. And then the garden inside the castle walls. Here's Francis wearing the suit of armor, or the armor plate. And then here's the dollhouse. If you look closely, you can see that it's pretty large. Alright. From ancient Roman spas to modern German swimming pools. Introduction. Throughout Germany, massive indoor swimming pools are incredibly popular all year round. Although there are similar places in the United States, in Germany there is at least one in every town. When I tried to figure out why they are so popular here, I realized that the answer lies in some of the ancient Roman ruins of Trier. What tradition did I learn about? Romans built bathhouses or giant indoor pools and saunas in almost every one of the towns they established. This, of course, includes Trier. I visited one of the oldest Roman bathhouses still standing, called the Kaiserthermen, or the King's Spa. Each spa usually contained 3 areas: the caldarium, which is like a hot tub, the tepidarium, where the water was warm but not hot, and the frigidarium, where the water was freezing cold. Some of the ancient spa in Trier was buried underground, but it has been excavated so that tourists and archaeologists can now wander through the tunnels. Why does this community have this tradition? There are many reasons why ancient Romans started the traditions of bathhouses. People in the city would go there to swim, relax, and wash themselves after a long day. Here we have a couple pictures that Francis sent us from the outside of the bathhouses. Here, this giant hole on the right-hand side picture is the holes in the ground, often connected to underground fires, which heated the water from above. So this is a giant pool where the ancient Romans would light fires to heat the water up. Continuing. The Kaiserthermen are not still used for swimming today, and you will see why in my pictures of it. But right across the street is modern-day swimming pool and sauna that's very similar to what the ancient Romans used to use. There's a cooler pool for exercising, a warm regular pool, and a hot tub area too. Is this tradition connected to the environment? If so, how? The Romans settled in Trier because it was a good location in comparison to their other major cities, and because it's right along the Mosel River. That meant it was a convenient place for trading goods. Therefore, Trier has carried a lot of these Roman traditions, and you can visit ancient sites like the Kaiserthermen, and the location they are found in is Trier, Germany. Here you have a couple other pictures from the Kaiserthermen. One on the left-hand side, a spooky-looking underground tunnel beneath the Kaiserthermen. I don't know about you, but that's a pretty tight tunnel. If I was claustrophobic, it'd be pretty scary. On the right-hand side, you have another ancient hot tub. And then you have a couple other pictures as well. Pictures of the ancient Roman baths, and then a picture of currywurst. Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to my teacher channel so I can make all that cash money. See you later.